The school websites running on WordPress have a new post editor available now with the recent WordPress update. So now whenever you go and create a new post, you have the option to use this new block editor. The block editor, rather than having a one simple space to write text, now is going to allow me to click this plus up in the corner here and add all sorts of different blocks to my post. So these are the most used. I'm going to close that little arrow for a second. Opening up common blocks, I've got paragraph, image, list, gallery of photos if I wanted to, maybe a quote. I can post files, so things like a PDF file if I needed to, or even video and audio. And when I collapse that little section, I've also got formatting options like a pull quote possibly, or putting in some code. When I go to layout elements, I can add columns if I want to put things side by side. And I've even got widget choices like my post archives or different categories if I wanted to. And then finally, embeds. I can go ahead and embed a YouTube video, maybe something from Twitter or Instagram. So lots of good choices now for what kinds of content we can include. I'm going to go ahead and use my most used for a second and just throw in an image. So with that image in here, I can now either upload or go to my media library and find something that I've already uploaded. I'll go with the Our Republic image here and select that. And it's giant on my screen right away, but that's okay. I'm going to click the blue dot I see over at the side, or if I scroll down slightly, I've got a blue dot at the bottom as well. Either one is going to allow me to shrink this image. Let's go ahead and add a post title here up at the top. And there's still a block sitting right here. It says start writing or type to choose a block. Well, I've got this block in here. That's one block I'm going to use. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put him over to the right align with this little floating toolbar here. Now if I don't see that floating toolbar, it could be that I have clicked these three dots up in the top corner here and chosen the top toolbar option. If I choose this, it means that when I click my image, my toolbar stays at the very top here, and it will always be at the top. I'm going to turn that off again so that my toolbar stays right close to what it actually is going to affect when I click right align. And now I'm going to click the plus that's just floating here on screen for me, and I'm going to throw in a paragraph block. And I'm going to paste in some text that I've got. So there's my paragraph, and there's some image right there. I'm going to center that. Now for text, if I want to make something a link, I can highlight some text here and just choose the link button that floats right above my paragraph. And I can paste in or type in whatever link I need to. With images, on the other hand, there's no immediate link choice right here that's obvious. If I hit this little three dots for more options, I can certainly insert more blocks. I can duplicate this one. But what I need to get to is these block settings, and the settings are actually buried over on the right hand side here. So if I just click show block settings, it's going to open up that panel for me. Now this can disappear if I click the gear up at the top. It'll just hide that whole panel. So I want to keep that open. I want to stay on the block that I'm working with right now. And as I scroll down, there's some image settings here. And there's some link settings down at the bottom. So currently it says link none. Well, I want a custom URL in this case, and I can scroll down and I can put in whatever address I would like. Just throw in our doc for the time being. And I can click on that little toggle to make sure that this opens in its own tab. Alright, after that, come back over to my article. I can add any more text that I might want. I can add in another block down below, maybe some more paragraphs. Oop. And leave him right in the middle. If I prefer to have him right align, I could do that, or left align. I have my publish button up at the top. I could certainly hit that and this will go live right away. But when I do click that gear for settings, aside from just the block settings, I can also come over to document settings. This is where I'll still find the publish immediately feature. And I can click on that to schedule this post. Maybe I want it to go out next week. And now I'll see the date and time right there. I could move this to the trash if I wanted to, or I can hit the schedule button and this will be ready to go for next week. Lastly, if I do look at these 3 buttons in the top corner here that were enabling that top toolbar option, the other choice is Spotlight mode. If I were to turn on Spotlight mode, it is going to highlight whatever block I happen to be in at the time and gray out the rest of them. And that can be turned on and off right here as well. So I can turn that off. And lastly is the full screen mode here. If I go to full screen mode, it takes away all of my other WordPress menu options across the top and the side and such. If I were to hit that gear for settings, it would remove that as well. So it's a very clean working space this way. And turn that back on, 3 dots again, and take it out of full screen mode. And now I can see all my WordPress menus down the side again. And that is a quick intro to some of the new features on the new block editor for WordPress posts.